Hello and welcome to Straight Talk, Supply Chain Insights, the podcast for your supply chain leader who is on the go and wants to be in the know. And now, your host, Lora Cecere.
Today, I am doing this podcast from the Supply Chain Insights Global Summit, and I'm sitting with Kim Ballewske, and Kim is managing distribution for La-Z-Boy. And I just got to say, she just got a promotion to VP. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thanks for doing such a great job on all the delivery. I just bought one of your sofas, and you guys did a super job. So thank you very much.
Thumbs up. Good.
So tell the group a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been really in the distribution space for a very long time, unfortunately, or fortunately, one of the two. And I just got into home delivery very late in my career. Most of it has been spent in big box, high velocity distribution in retail, Target, Best Buy, Kohl's. And this niche of a business in home delivery just seemed very appealing. It was growing. It's not fully baked. So there's just still a lot of things to learn in that industry. And that opportunity took me to La-Z-Boy, and that's where I've been for the last 4 years. I
think there's so much opportunity because, you're kind of blazing a path, right? And, today and yesterday you said at the Supply Chain Insights Global Summit, and this is the first time you've been at the summit.
Yes.
What did you learn?
Wow, I learned that I have a lot to learn. There's so many things going on out there, so much innovation, so many different software opportunities, so many different technologies that you could use. And everyone is applying them in a little different version. All of them good, some and all fitting their business. So it's the choice is just amazing, and the opportunity to figure out how to make things better is endless. Just so much to learn.
So when you go home, where are you going to start?
Well, I'm going to start by sharing what I've heard with my peer groups in the supply chain. We have a supply chain council that kind of oversees our operations and is forward-looking and strategic in what are we going to do next. And I will start by sharing the stories, all of the presentations that I can, to share those materials so we can have even more conversations about what's next. Our leader is always asking us where are we going, what's the next big idea, and there were a lot of different approaches here that we can talk through.
So when you think about the stories, which stories made the biggest impact on you, or will you tell first?
Well, I really like the story from Rockwell because it wasn't about technology. It really was about the hard work of people and process and changing mindsets and getting the base structure in. And it's just a lot of heavy lifting. And they had tremendous success in their supply chain and improvements in their supply chain, and they haven't added technology yet. So once they add that on, now that they're at that place, they're going to even see more growth and more improvement.
I love to slide, and I'm actually going to use it in my next blog post on persona development of user requirements. I thought the work they did to really understand what the business users need to be effective was really brilliant. It was a great slide.
I would agree. We've at La-Z-Boy done work on personas of our customers, our external customers, but hadn't applied the same science to our internal customers. And that, to me, was one of those learning moments that how do we go back and kind of look at what everybody's doing and what do they need and build a better process.
I thought that was great. And I also liked some of the work that Mars had done on design thinking and, so those kind of stories. What else resonated for you?
Well, I was really impressed with L'Oreal and the robotics and technology that they had put into their manufacturing locations. That it's so much work to do that, create that, innovate that, and they were really a long way down the path with that. And their approach was so different. They went to robotics, and they needed that speed in parts of their organization. And using that type of technology to get the speed that they needed.
It was great, a combination of robotics and the focus on agility in the L'Oreal study. when you look at the proliferation of products and the fact that they make so many cosmetics that have, a very targeted audience, the fact that they appreciated agility really spoke to me, whereas most companies really only focus on efficiency. So that was a great one for me too. Any others come to mind?
Well, I totally liked Nick's presentation from
Shell.
From Shell, yeah. Besides fascinating that learning about the oil industry, just breaking the mold and figuring out how to marry the old with the new, keep the backbone of what he needed with an SAP or ERP system, but how did he innovate on top of that? And he had also done all the work to really have standardized processes across their whole supply chain, which made it very possible for him to very quickly make changes. And we underestimate, I think, sometimes how fast we need to make those changes and how important it is to be standard so you can react quickly to the market.
And Nick talked about unlearning.
Yes.
And we've talked a lot here about unlearning because as supply chain professionals, we think we have best practices, but actually we're stuck in, changing the paradigms and learning about new technologies. What do you take home in that whole area?
I take home the old saying, get out of the box, right? And not thinking inside those parameters anymore. And as a company with a long heritage, it is a mantra of ours to say, okay, let's recreate. How would we do it differently if we were going to start it all today? And we need to do even more of that. You have to get outside of yourself and stand in other people's shoes to understand maybe where you need to go.
I think that's real wisdom, though. Would we do it differently if we started today? Mm-hmm. Because I think we're so busy in today's paradigm and solving today's problems, we don't pull up to say, are these the right problems? Or is this the right process? Or is there a different way that we can do that? And I think that's good wisdom. Anything else you'd share?
Just had a great week, and I so appreciate the opportunity to be here and experience the conversation and the intellectual dialogue and differences of opinions. I think one of the great things you can do is take things from other industries and apply it to yours, and really had the opportunity to see how other people were solving things that I can take back and try to solve in my own business.
Well, good. Let us know how you do and check back in with us. We so enjoy having you on the show today with Straight Talk with Supply Chain Insights. Until next time.
Thank you.